AP isolation, also known as client isolation, is a security feature on Spectrum routers that prevents devices on the same Wi Fi network from communicating directly with each other. It's enabled by default for security reasons, creating isolated bubbles around each device. This blocks potential lateral attacks where malware on one device could spread to others. Disabling AP isolation allows device to device communication, enabling activities like file sharing between laptops or printing from a phone to a wireless printer. However, this convenience comes with increased security risks, as devices become more vulnerable to network-based threats. To disable AP isolation, first access your Spectrum router's interface. Open a web browser and go to the default IP address, usually 192.168.1.1 or 192.168.100.1. Navigate to the Advanced Wi-Fi Settings or WLAN settings in the router interface. Find the AP isolation or client isolation option and toggle it off to enable device-to-device communication. Save your changes and reboot the router to apply the new settings. You can also disable AP isolation using the Spectrum mobile app. Navigate to Advanced Wi-Fi Settings and toggle the device-to-device communication option. Remember to always weigh the convenience of device-to-device communication against the heightened security risks. When considering disabling AP isolation on your Spectrum router, it's important to understand the risks, explore alternatives, and follow best practices to keep your network secure. Disabling AP isolation can make your network vulnerable to lateral movement attacks. Malware on one device can spread to others through direct communication, potentially compromising your entire network. Before disabling AP isolation completely, consider alternatives like creating a guest network or using VLANs. These provide isolation for specific devices without removing all security. If disabling is necessary, implement additional security measures. Ensure all devices have up-to-date antivirus software and enable firewalls. Regularly update router firmware and be cautious with IoT devices. Monitor network activity for suspicious behavior and consider re-enabling AP isolation after completing device communication tasks. Experts recommend disabling only in trusted environments with extra protections. Regularly check Spectrum's official channels for the latest security recommendations and firmware updates.